All right, welcome back to the show.
What is it called?
Cool Beans.
Cool Beans!
Cool Beans,
Yeah.
yes. The show Cool Beans. I'm Sean.
I'm Rob.
And we are going to pump,
You up!
yes, with
Nice.
knowledge, with 80s stuff. So on today's episode, I really want to come into my element. And I know it's yours too.
Oh, well.
Okay? But this is my
I think this is like your...
This is
you dream this movie.
Yeah.
Like this engulfs
I feel it.
you, right?
Yes, I feel it. I know it. I love it.
Yeah.
And it quite literally is one of my favorite movies. And everybody I tell this, they're just like, what? Like, so random. But until you see it, until you get it, until you get where I'm coming from, you're not going to know.
This is fantastic.
And the movie is Rocky IV. Okay? Now, there's a lot of Rockies out there. But my pivotal one was Rocky IV because of just about anything and everything about this movie was amazing. Okay?
It was filmed in Idaho.
Right.
I mean, come on.
No.
Well, a movie that's filmed in Idaho is amazing.
Right. So before we get into this, I want to go ahead and give a big shout out to, what are we
New
drinking?
Belgium Captain Dynamite IPA.
Boom, right there.
If you like IPAs, this is a go for. Do it. Make it happen.
Let's open this bad boy up. Yes, sir.
Do you remember when you were a kid and you had to like tap on the thing and then
Yes. Yeah. No longer. Remember the wide mouth can and the...
I do.
Yeah, you almost
why that's
you
so
almost
funny.
spit it out.
I don't know why that's so funny to me. I
But
wanted to say that's what she said, but it didn't make sense at the time, so I just stopped.
But it's only on Coors Light. Nothing else.
Not Coors Banquet?
Nope. Nope. The wide mouth, and they did the vent on Coors Light too.
Oh, I
Do you
remember
that?
the vent. I totally
Right?
remember that.
And then on top of that, just to make sure you know your beer is cold, they did the
Well,
color changing mountains.
I will say this. I do like the mountains because if I'm out in the pool, my kids can go into the cooler and they say, Dad, the mountains are blue. I'm like, grab that one.
Attaboy, son.
I mean,
Attaboy. That's what we need to get. Here we go. We're looking good.
I mean, for a while there, Coors was trying to get a little too...
But it was only
they
with
didn't
Coors
see the
Light.
forest for the trees.
It was only Coors Light.
But
It was
the Blue
weirdest
Mountains-
thing. It was the weirdest thing. And
fantastic.
either way, going back to what we're going to be talking about today, Rob is a big fan. I'm
Big fan.
massively big fan, okay? And not only am I a big fan, I mean, I literally dressed me and my kid up from Rocky IV.
I was there.
Yeah.
I was there. And I can attest to the fact that we were walking around with a speaker with the soundtrack from
Yes,
Rocky IV,
yes.
one of the top 10 soundtracks of all time.
Yes.
And people were commenting on it the whole time.
Yes.
So this is not just us. Like, people love this movie. This
Yes.
affected people.
Yes, it did. And in fact, it was the movie that stopped the Cold War. I don't think you know that.
Okay. I thought it was Rambo too, but you know.
No.
Another Sylvester Stallone.
Jeez Louise, man. Okay, so Sylvester Stallone, this one's for you, brother. We are going to be really bringing the heat on this one here because there's so much to it. So, okay, I'm going to start off with the beginning of this movie. Okay, so with a lot of Rocky movies, they start off with the kind of the what happened in the last movie.
Right. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
They do the whole thing.
Right,
the
right.
Montage from the beginning.
Right. So you got
Yeah.
you got Apollo and you got Rocky, and now they're buddies. Okay, they're friends. They were hugging each other on the beach. They were really.
We've talked about this.
Yes,
the whole
we have.
homoerotic scene with the shorty shorts and
just such
they're
a beautiful.
sweating. We'll get past.
I don't
that.
know.
You just-
I don't know if it was that. I just
Not
think they
that
were
there's
really
anything
good
wrong
friends.
with that. I
No.
mean, if that's your thing, you go for it.
I think
But
there was
that's
just a really good scene. I don't know what you're talking about, but anyway, but either way,
Ah,
I digress.
pressing on.
Pressing on. It starts off with them just doing their little spar. Oh no! Hold on! I'm gonna even go before that. I'm gonna go before that.
You're getting deep.
When it literally comes into the frame, you see this USA boxing glove.
Oh my gosh, I will never
Come
forget
in,
that.
man.
I will never forget
Okay,
that.
and it starts
It's
like
yeah,
this.
It's coming like that, yes, sir.
And
Yeah.
then it's just a little turn,
Yep.
and then over here, What's coming in?
The USSR one.
Yes. I mean, this is
It's got
going.
the hammer and the sickle on it.
Yes, this is going.
This is huge. This is middle of the Reagan era.
This is the middle of
big time.
Gorbachev. This is Russia.
Yeah.
This is Russia.
This is huge.
This is huge.
big
Okay. So then you see it turning. It cuts to Rocky. It's like this. Yeah, and then it comes to like this, and then it comes and it goes. Boom! And then if you look closely, it's kind of like a little puppet thing
and
with
then
the
Soviet
string.
Union one, like,
yeah,
falls
it's
out
kind
of
of
the
like a
frame.
weird, and then
And then the United
little
Artists
sparks.
thing comes in.
Yeah, yes, and then boom,
That
and
was
then
epic. That was epic.
so right off the bat, you're like, this is a war.
Oh yeah.
This is a war, okay? And then you get into them, Apollo, and they're sparring, and ding, ding. Right?
Yes.
Right?
Classic Apollo.
And then they just ding, okay, cool, done. Cut.
Moving on.
Start the movie.
Yep.
Here we go. And now Rocky comes home. He's got this black eye, you know.
Yo, kid.
Yeah. His kid's holding like a video recorder
Yeah.
the size of my fucking car.
You look like a catcher's mitt.
Yeah. Don't go too fast or you'll get out of focus. And I'm sitting there just like, what is happening?
Wow.
Okay. No worries. Okay. And then he comes in, and then he's got this robot for Polly's birthday, which I love. Happy birthday, Polly. I mean, it's so 80s. It's so like, that's what it was.
The biggest problem with that whole scene is not the robot.
Yeah.
He was drinking Strohs.
I didn't even
Who
notice.
the hell drinks Strohs? That doesn't even exist anymore.
Holy crap.
I mean, Natty Ice is still around.
Dang.
And he was drinking Strohs.
That's a deep pull.
But I
See.
digress.
See, and I love the movie. Yeah, Rob loves the movie too, okay? So cut to that, but then it starts cutting to who Rocky's gonna face eventually, okay? Down the road. We're gonna get there. And this dude is one of the biggest, strongest dudes I've ever seen. Ivan Drago.
Oh, you got to say it like that.
Ivan Drago.
You can't say Ivan Drago.
No. You can't
Ivan
say
Drago.
Ivan Drago.
You gotta
Yeah.
do it like that.
Yeah, and this guy, I mean, is what, 6 something? Like just ripped as heck.
I think
like,
they called him the Siberian Freight Train. Or
yeah,
something like that.
something.
Was I
not the
right?
freight? I don't think with the freight.
Siberian Express.
The Siberian
right?
Express. I think there's like that.
Something like that.
So, what did they start talking about? Okay, Ivan comes into the picture. He's coming in from the airport, and everybody's taking photos of him, and it's just like, okay. And then Apollo is in his pool with his dogs. Just
nonchalantly
playing,
throwing a
throwing the ball.
tennis
Yeah,
ball
right.
around,
Yeah, everybody does that in
Anybody
their
that has golden
mansion.
retrievers know it
Yeah,
doesn't work that way.
I mean, right? Yeah, I mean, everybody's got that. Everybody can relate at home, right? And sees Ivan on here, and now Ivan, and he wants to challenge him. He's like, "Screw this guy! You're coming into my country, And he's like,
he's big, he's strong, but he's clumsy.
Right. So Apollo puts on an exhibition fight to go fight this guy. They don't know anything about him, so they're just kind of like, and Apollo's just like, I want to stay young, I want to stay vibrant, I want to keep fighting, and all that jazz, whatever, like we're doing now. And
trying to say young, trying to say vibrant.
Trying to say
At least I don't have to get up and walk around.
And then, not only, so they do it in Vegas, right? But who comes on the stage?
Oh, well, it's James Brown.
They get James.
Ow!
Yeah, living in America,
Oh my
James
gosh.
Brown
You
comes
kidding
on
me?
the stage to do this exhibition kind of
I
fun
feel
thing.
good.
Yeah.
And they do the cape and everything. I thought Eddie Murphy was up there.
It was just so, just
Incredible.
quintessential,
Hot tub.
there he is. Yes, it was amazing, right? And Drago's looking around like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
He's not used to seeing Vegas because he's from Russia where they don't have that,
Yeah.
And so basically, Rocky, before the fight, was trying to talk him out and be like, we don't know anything about this guy.
Those guys? Look at this guy.
We don't know anything about
You're not a young guy. You don't have to prove nothing to nobody.
Nails.
No. Oh my gosh. Yep.
Yep. Okay. And it starts off, Apollo's looking sprightly and young, just kind of jabbing at him.
He looked great.
He looked great. He looked
my
in
gosh, he
shape,
looked
and he's
Larry
just like
Holmes.
boom,
Like,
boom,
he
boom,
was-
boom, boom,
he was
boom,
all
boom.
oiled up. They
Yeah.
got baby oil
I mean,
on
these
there.
guys are, and Apollo's a big
jeez.
dude. He's a big guy. He's just, just socking at him and stuff. And then the coach on the Russian squad from the corner yells, "Yeah, this guy!" And Drago unleashes,
gosh.
dude. He just is like, boom.
It's like the Iron
boom,
Curtain itself
boom.
was behind his fist.
I'm like, oh my
Oh.
gosh. And so what happened, okay, so what happened was eventually this,
Hold on, wait.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
Okay, yeah, spoiler alert. Okay.
Carry on.
He's going. Rocky's freaking like, I gotta stop the fight. He's killing
He
you.
picks up the towel. He's
He's ready to
He's
ready to
ready to
call
go,
it. He's
man.
like, and
ready to
Apollo's like, I can't.
You ain't gonna stop this fight.
Stop. Don't ever stop the fight.
Yeah.
Don't ever stop the fight.
Yeah.
And then he just comes in, and then just Drago just wails on him, and just one hit.
Mm-hmm.
That one hit just.
Mm.
Yeah. And before this whole fight, they were measuring Drago's strength. Remember
That's
that in the
right.
gym?
That's right.
And,
Yeah,
and
he's punching that
punching
thing.
the
It
bag
was like 1,200 pounds per square inch or something
when the
like that.
average was like 750.
Yeah, something crazy.
And Drago's hitting this bag 1,200 pounds per square inch. I'm like, oh my freaking God. Like, so just bone crushing, okay? So he kills Apollo. Apollo, like, falls on the mat and is just, like, kind of doing
No,
this.
he's like jerking.
I think it was like a reflux that
Is
they
the man
did.
alive?
Yeah. And so Rocky comes out. He's like, oh my God. Yeah. And then Drago, what does he say?
If he dies, he dies.
I mean,
That's crazy.
holy crap. And what I heard of
Now,
this...
even as a 12-year-old kid, I'm like,
Right.
what a freaking douchebag.
Yeah, what a douche, yeah.
What the heck?
Right. And I heard from somebody that was actually in the theater and saw this movie in the theater
Yeah.
that people were crying.
Well, it's Apollo Creed.
They were crying. They were literally crying because Apollo, because he was so built up in the first
yeah.
Rockies that
It's
when
Carl Weathers.
Yes,
Like, you can't just-
yeah. So, like, it
And
was...
I think Predator had come out by this time too, so he'd been
Yes.
in Predator.
Yeah. Which, by the way,
Big
let's do the
time
handshake.
Oh.
You son of a bitch, Dylan. we'll review that shit too. But like literally, so he died. Rocky's, and then he goes through
Yeah,
this
it's
whole
terrible.
memory. The soundtrack's just
Which the soundtrack really
it's-
kicks off at that
yeah,
point.
It really is getting
I mean,
so much
he's
better.
driving around Philadelphia in
Yeah.
his Porsche.
No, Ferrari.
No,
Yeah.
it was a Porsche.
I guarantee you it's
Are
a
you
Ferrari,
sure?
a black Ferrari. We gotta look back. Oh,
we gotta
you
look
know
that
what?
shit
No, hold on.
Pretty sure it was a Porsche.
What was he waxing in his driveway?
Oh. All right, we
I
need to
don't
look that up.
know. You might be right though.
I think it was a Porsche.
You
Pretty
might
sure.
be right. I
Pretty
think
sure.
you might
I
be
could
right.
wrong.
I think you might be right.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
There's no easy
And
way
he's,
out.
the important thing is he's shifting
Oh.
to the beat of the song.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
and
I
I
mean,
think the important analogy, not analogy, but gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? The important thing here is if you look at Rocky 1, Rocky 2, he's a poor dude, right?
yeah,
And he's not only fighting like fighters, he's fighting his own poverty.
that's true.
He's running through the streets of Philadelphia. In Rocky 4, his best friend has just died. And
Yeah.
now he's driving in a Porsche or a Ferrari
Whatever it
through
is.
the streets of Philadelphia
Right.
to Survivor.
It's pretty.
I don't know if
pretty epic.
Survivor has anything to do with it.
That's pretty epic.
But I mean, I think that's poetic, right?
Yes.
Like,
and it's clipping through him and Drago
right,
beating
exactly.
the shit out
And
of
him like running through the streets and jumping on the stairs.
Right.
him
And on the
going to
beach.
pet store with Adrian. Homoerotic scene. That's my favorite with Carl Weathers.
just hugging and loving. Short shorts we're in, man.
Oiled up and everything.
Yeah. So that starts. So he literally Rocky's like, I gotta avenge Apollo. I gotta be like, I gotta step up.
And what does Adrian say?
You can't win. I'm a fighter.
I'm a fighter.
That's what I do. I'm a fighter.
Which is honestly the same thing she says every single season.
Yeah,
I
that's
want to say
Adrian.
season,
That's
but
Adrian.
movie.
That's
She's like,
Adrian,
you
yeah.
can't win.
Yeah. And literally everybody's thinking he can't fucking win. He's
nobody
fighting
knows.
Drago.
Right.
Drago is a beast.
I mean, and if you watch the Expendables years later, like freaking Dolph Lundgren's a badass.
Yeah, exactly. So and you watch Masters of the Universe,
Well,
you know.
I mean, any dude that can play
the dude's
He-Man.
He-Man. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
for
like, so
crying
you
out
know this
loud.
guy is
Come
like
on.
legit. So then he goes to Russia.
All
All
which is the
right.
Grand Tetons.
Yeah, to
All right.
fight Drago. So tell them about Russia.
Oh my gosh, this is like the best whole montage.
Oh,
Dare I say,
Okay.
of the entire movie. So he
Yes.
gets to Russia. He comes off the plane. A little bit of sprinkles. And you got Paulie behind him. Yeah, it's cold
Yeah.
there. It's cold there. I can't do anything. And then they go to the cabin, which honestly, and Mike, Paulie's complaining that this place is from the dregs of society, but given the circumstance, any of us would kill to live in this cabin for a month or two.
Absolutely.
And just be away from it all.
I mean, yes.
I mean, come on.
Yes,
I
I
mean,
agree.
Snow
I agree.
around you, the mountains above you.
And it was
please.
Christmas time.
And it was Christmas time.
Yeah.
It was amazing. But
Yeah.
he didn't have his wife with him, right?
Right. Rocky didn't have his right.
And then you got Paulie falling through the snow
Paulie.
doing the... and then he's listening to the chipmunks like roasting marshmallows on a candle or whatever.
He's got his trainer with him though.
He does have his trainer with him, who is Apollo's trainer as well.
Yeah, Rocky does. Yeah, Rocky has
So,
a trainer.
I
Okay.
mean, but honestly, this is when the music really kicks in.
Yes.
If you're working out at the gym,
Yes.
put on the Rocky IV soundtrack.
Yes.
And this is where
If you don't
will
believe
get
us,
pumped up.
Ask Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow is like the biggest fan of the Rocky montage,
Yep.
like working out thing. He is like, show it, do it, work out towards it.
It's
whatever.
amazing. It's amazing. And the coolest thing is, it shows him in this old timey barn or whatever, like lifting logs and chopping wood and climbing
Yes.
up mountains. And then it like goes over to I want to say Dolph, but Ivan Drago, and he's in this gym in Moscow, right,
Yes,
running
yes.
around, and they're pumping him up with steroids.
Oh
and-
my gosh, dude, my
mean, it's
son
amazing.
watching the movie was like, "That's not fair." They're pumping him up
That's
with
what we're all
meat.
thinking,
Yeah,
right?
like,
When we
yeah,
see
that's
it,
not
that's
fair.
what we're thinking.
Yeah, and then if you ask Drago, he was in a VH1 thing. He was like, "Yeah, Drago was a juicer." Yeah.
And it obviously didn't work for him.
No,
so
no,
don't do drugs, kids.
So-
now this is honestly sorry.
Yeah.
This is the only problem I have with this movie because I'm from Idaho. Okay?
Yes, that's what I wanted you
So
to get to. Yeah.
and I've been to the Tetons. So there's one scene. As much as I love this whole montage and I love the music, there's no possible way that Rocky, in freaking snow boots and jeans and a freaking ski jacket or whatever
Right.
he's wearing, could climb to the entire top of the Tetons in half an hour or whatever it is, and then
Right.
go, Drago! It's impossible. It couldn't happen. It couldn't.
Well,
That's going to take you half a day.
The
at least.
point is, I want them to know is that, and you were telling me, is that the whole time you're thinking this is filmed in Russia,
Well, that's true. Absolutely. That very true.
right? But it's not.
But it doesn't take away from the fact that
Yeah.
they're big ass mountains. But no, it is filmed in Idaho,
Wow.
on the border of Wyoming.
Wow.
The Grand Tetons,
Yeah.
about 5 miles away from Yellowstone. So if you want to go see it,
Freaking Hollywood. They know how to
Right
do
where it
it.
is.
They know how to
They
bring
did a
the
good
heat.
job.
Yeah,
They
did
really
a good
did.
job. All right, so then, after the most amazing workout montage you could ever probably have in a
amazing.
movie.
No pain.
Yeah, no pain. Rocky gets to Russia. Everybody hates Rocky. They're booing him. Drago comes in with this amazing entrance.
Oh, the intro. Dum, 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 dum,
Right.
dum,
Yeah, the
dum, dum,
light
dum, dum.
and all that. And it's just...
And he's
and
like
then-
a V. He doesn't do leg day, by the way. I don't know who his trainer is. That dude doesn't do leg day. He's like a freaking triangle.
He's like a straight V.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Go on. That's
Well,
just-
and then also
I mean-
too, he has this entire portrait come
He
down
does.
of him to their national anthem. I'm like, okay, well, he's obviously the king of Russia.
He's the king of Russia.
Yeah. Okay. So apparently we didn't even know this, So, and holy crap, here we go. They start doing their thing. They start going ding, 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 and it just, I mean, eventually Drago starts unleashing like he did on Apollo, but Rocky's taking it. He's taking
he's
it.
Rocky.
He's Rocky. I mean, just in his
I
name.
mean, Mick is in his blood.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's just, oh God, I can't wait to talk about Mick too. Yeah, but either way.
Meredith's burning.
I digress. Yeah. But he starts getting it, and eventually, Rocky's like, he's sitting on the corner, with the coach and Paulie, and he's like, I see 3 of them, master. And they're like, hit the one in the middle.
That's right.
Hit the one in the middle.
And the funny thing about that is Paulie's drunk all the time, so he knows.
Yeah.
He's seeing 3 people all
yes,
the time.
Yes. So it's
he
like,
knows.
so he knows the trick. So
Exactly.
an alcoholic made Rocky possibly stop the Cold War. So Rocky starts hitting on drug, comes in and gets a hit.
Dinger.
And then
And it is a ding because a bell goes off. Ding,
Bing,
ding,
yes,
ding,
yeah.
ding, ding. He
And-
cut him.
Yeah. Drago gets a cut on the eye right
I'm
up
passionate
here.
about this shit. Oh
and
my
then,
gosh.
And then
It's
the coach is yelling what? He's yelling.
He's not a machine. He's
Yeah,
a man.
he's a
Sorry,
man.
I'm right.
Yeah.
He's not a machine. He's a man.
He's a man.
And then the announcer's like, he cut him.
He cut him.
It's
The
a
Russians
bad
cut.
cut.
It's a Russian.
It's
It's
a
a bad.
bad
Yeah,
cut.
the Russians cut. The Russians cut. Rocky starts
Just
wailing
wail
away,
on him.
and his kids at home are like, get him. And just like, man, from there it was like on until like what, 14
Hold on.
rounds. Okay, all
Pause
right.
right here. I just thought of something.
Okay.
Another problem I have with the movie. So Rocky comes out and his son is sitting there with his kids, and he goes, "That's my dad." And his friends go, "We know. What do you think we are, nerds?"
Yeah.
Why put that in the movie?
Yeah, I don't know. That was
Why?
like, that was a weird.
Weird, right? And this is going to kind of
Yeah.
segue if we ever review Rocky 5 because
Yeah.
that whole
Okay, yeah.
It's not like he was.
Well, that
in
brings us
Russia
back
for
to the
3
bully
years,
things. Like,
but
shut up.
Anyway,
I don't
sorry.
want to talk to you.
I to say
No,
that
I
because
agree with you. I'm like, I would have
it's
been like,
kinda
shut the
weird.
hell up, man. That's
Very.
my
I think
freaking dad.
it was an excuse to put Rocky's son in the movie or Sylvester Stallone's son.
Just wait till we get to that. Yeah.
I know.
So they go what? 14
Yeah, it was like
rounds or
14
something
rounds, yeah.
stupid, and they're just the montage.
Wailing on each
I
other.
mean,
man.
if you want a movie with montages, this is the movie. And you
And
it just,
bells.
Bing,
Ding,
ding, I mean,
ding,
you just see. I mean, the sheer amount of punches these dudes take is not humanly
And
possible.
they're really not bleeding that bad.
By the way, fun fact is that when they were filming this, Dolph Lundgren actually punched Rocky and sent him to the emergency room because
I have heard that.
he punched
I
his
heard-
ribs.
Jamie, can we get that verified?
Yeah, he punched his ribs into his lung. He had a collapsed lung or
Yeah,
something like that.
That's right.
And he literally, so while they were doing this, so it's legit. Like there's that hitting and that muscling going
No,
on.
not only that, but that's when Dolph Lundgren and Sylvester Stallone actually became really good friends.
Yeah, that was it. That did it. And
Yeah.
then it was just like, it was so amazing. And then, of course, eventually Rocky starts wailing, eventually figures out how to beat him. And Dolph is not used to going that many rounds and that much things. So it shows. And then eventually the Russians salute him. And then the speech comes at the end.
The corny ass.
Yeah.
They didn't need to
Okay,
do that
right,
shit.
right.
I mean, come on.
But the
man.
thing that I really want to capture from that movie is to our time now when Creed 2 came
Oh
out.
my god. Creed is epic.
Right.
Both of them.
Right.
So good.
I agree.
So
good. They
freaking good.
They did a fantastic
absolutely
job
amazing.
on those.
Not corny at
Yes.
all.
But for all the spoiler alerts, I'm going to do it right here, right? But Creed 2, Drago comes
Yeah,
back
yeah.
with his son to try to box Creed's son.
And it's amazing.
And it's just, it is the coolest thing, and I love the way they
might
end it.
bring a tear to your eye.
Yeah.
If you have not seen
man.
it might bring a tear to your
Yeah,
eye.
and it made me, at the end, be like, okay, Drago's not so bad. His
Yeah.
wife sucks.
His wife's a freaking bitch.
Yeah.
And honestly, she was not that hot in the first place. Let's be
Bridget
honest.
Nielsen?
She was in Beverly Hills Cop 2.
She was also in rehab.
and she married Sylvester. I did not see. She was not that hot. Anyway, that's my opinion.
I didn't care for her either.
Yes,
I didn't
I
care
don't
for her.
care.
Yeah. But what
Blonde
not my
Amazonian
type.
women.
Not my type. Not my type.
Yeah. Anyway.
Either way. But great movie.
Yeah.
I can watch it over and over.
I mean, 5 stars in my opinion.
Yep, me too.
I mean, it's fantastic.
Yeah. And I literally can show it to my kids and they'll start
Oh, it
cheering.
transcends generations.
Yep.
If
Show
it
it to
co-
your
if it-
kids.
if
Watch this movie.
Absolutely. If
I
it
mean-
comes on TV,
Yes.
watch. If you have not seen it, if you're one of the 10 or 20
Yeah.
people that have not seen
Right.
this movie,
Yeah. Or even in a
amazing.
even if it's a business and you're like, I want to do a teamwork thing. And
Oh, my-
overcoming
for
something.
sure.
Overcoming something.
Motivational
Motivation.
stuff.
Yeah. Just something. The Karate Kid was great with that. Rocky 4 is even better.
Even better. If you want a soundtrack to listen to while you're working out, the Rocky 4 soundtrack.
Yeah, so good.
I know it's Survivor and they're kind of played out or whatever, but it's really it's amazing.
Do yourself a solid.
Yeah.
Check out that movie. Watch that. It's one of my favorites. One of obviously Rob's favorites right there.
Hands down.
And again, we could keep talking about this.
We can keep going. We'll let you go though.
Yeah, all right. Again, this is Cool Beans. I'm Sean.
I'm Rob.
And we'll see you on the next episode.